feeling of this team?
I mean, we'll find out. We love seeing those guys, play confidently, make plays, shoot the ball, be aggressive, have a presence on defense. You look at a game like this where BP is just on fire in the first half, taking shots that he's stepping into, he knows he can make, and he's just, making his presence felt. JK was so decisive on both ends. When he had a lane, he took it to the basket. If he didn't, he was moving it. Open guy. So that's our offense. It's our whole team. Jamie's done a great job elevating our whole team, but I think he's instilled confidence in all those guys to just be themselves.
What were some things that you liked the most about this trip?
I mean, we got some wins. It was a rough start. Who we go 4-2? Obviously rough start. The first two, close out the rest of these games. I think we got better each game, and took advantage of opportunities to give ourselves a good chance down the stretch to. I don't know how far we can climb, but just to, we just want to guarantee a playoff series, and we got work to do, but we're in good shape.
When you take into account his effort defensively and then also what he did on offense, passing the ball, scoring, obviously, was this the best game you've ever seen JK play?
I think we need to kind of just let this guy play basketball. We don't have to have a declaration after every game. We don't have to be in a situation where we're judging every minute he's out there. I understand he's the next in line to, come into his own as an NBA player. But, God, I wish my fourth year wasn't – it was the greatest game ever. It was a bad game ever. How was his rotation? Like, he's figuring it out. If we're going to win at the highest level, he has to be a part of it. So keep doing what he's doing.
Steph, sorry if this was asked earlier. You saw you took a spill and you were grabbing your tailbone. How does it feel? Obviously, you were able to finish.
Yeah, the pad helped. I slid across and it got exposed a little bit, but I was able to finish, and I don't think it'll be a problem. It's just the question of how long I need to wear that thing. It'll be pretty much the rest of the year.
Steph, one of your favorite things this time of year is to say, you always like to say, you just want a chance. You guys just want to be involved in the playoffs and just have a chance to go get your fifth ring with Jimmy, with the way the young guys like Kuminga and Brandon's playing. Mentality-wise, the starter franchise player, how do you feel like your chances are this year to try to get that fifth ring?
Step one is get a playoff series. Step two is to try to win 4 games and then figure it out from there. So where we were 2 months ago, 11th seed, and really struggling to find an identity, that's where that kind of comment comes out, because, the way that we're playing right now is reflective of what Jimmy's brought to us, but to the question of, BP, Moses, JK, Looney, Gee, Buddy, everybody, QP who's in the rotation and really helping us. All those guys are understanding what winning basketball is and how it doesn't matter what it looks like, just compete, have confidence when you're out there on the floor. And I think we've understood with a shorter rotation and more consistent rotation that we, how the pieces fit. So it's, again, a lot of work to do, but I like where we're at right now.
Hey, Steph, after the trade went down, besides just relying on your guys' talent, what do you think you and Jimmy did to make the chemistry as good as it can be?
I wish I had something sexier to tell you other than we just play basketball. It wasn't really hard. The styles are very complementary. It's interesting. You learn somebody who you watched from afar, played against for a long time. You understand why they've won and how they've elevated teams everywhere they've been. It doesn't matter what the stat sheet looks like. He's, such a connector and has an amazing presence on both ends of the floor, makes the right play. And the vibe of what our team is right now is not what he's done, not only what he's done for me, Draymond, in terms of, superstar doing what he does, but he's elevated everybody else, and that's a big deal.
Steph, what's one thing that you've kind of learned since being teammates with Jimmy, and also whether it's on or off the court, and then also how have you seen him affect the identity of the team, as you kind of mentioned?
I know he's had a wild year, how it started and where it is now, but when he's, as he said, got his joy, and when he's playing motivated basketball, he's a dog. And that point of it, it can look a lot of different ways from game to game. I mean, it's just a matter of what it takes to win. And I think he's so comfortable in that space, and it's been fun, just trying to figure it out on the fly. This is, the trade just increases the sense of urgency, and it also has been great watching, just the chemistry off the court, and we're all so different, but we have a good time.
The Warriors are 20-4 when Jimmy Butler plays for the team. And yeah, you're talking about Steph and Draymond and Jimmy, some of the older players in the league, some of the high IQ players in the league. And let's transition to Draymond Green, because he had one of the plays late fourth quarter, that strip, that steal, and Luka Doncic that might have saved the game, or at least squashed the Lakers' momentum. Dalton, as you were watching Draymond's game, did you see more tape for his Defensive Player of the Year candidacy?
This is another game where it's send in the tape, give this man his DPOY. Now it's already a absolute criminal that he only has one Defensive Player of the Year on his resume. He obviously is going for number 2 right now. And these are the kind of performances when it matters most. All these guys have done is beg for meaningful basketball. Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and of course, bringing in Jimmy Butler. And Draymond Green on the defensive end absolutely came through when the Warriors needed him to.
Yeah, we saw his offensive tape right there, too, finishing with 11 rebounds, 5 assists, and Draymond was at the podium as well.
Hey, Dre, we saw your reaction during the Olympics. We saw it the other night when Steph scored 52. What's it like to share the court with him when he's having one of those unconscious flurries?
It's easy. But honestly, it's a joy. Like, we're out there with him. We are in awe as y'all are, or anyone else in the world. Just the shot-making ability. Like, he's guarded differently than anyone in the NBA. The amount of schemes that he sees on a nightly basis. And the shot-making ability is incredible, but he does it while getting everyone else involved, never dominating the ball, letting everybody touch the ball and still getting off. And so it makes it a lot easier for us. Sometimes you get guys that are star players and they get on those runs and no one touches the ball for 5 minutes, and it's hard to have a rhythm. It's not him. He'll get off the ball and keep running and go find the ball again. And so it's really easy